everyone, and welcome back to Riverbend Springs. Now, as you can see, following on from the last episode, the AI, me and the AI have just finished planting the barley field, so that now needs rolling. You see at the top, I set out some contracts going because I looked, and there was two good ploughing contracts. One is the field next to us right here. The other one's down the bottom of that, but basically he's going to pay for everything we need to rent. It's like 12 grand, so I figured if I took that, at least it gets us some money towards everything we need. Having done the barley, I'm now going to go and put wheat, I think, over on field 2. Field 2 was last year oats. There's a bag of seeds there. Bag in the pallet there. Well, actually, I'm trying to do a bit of like crop rotation, really. I don't want the same crops to end up on the same fields. It makes no difference in game other than, but to me it's just something in real life you try and do, so. Actually, there's also a deadwood contract. The main reason I've got that is you'll see it's pretty much outside the sawmill, so it seemed daft not to take it. So pretty much as we finish the last one, we're going to start this one doing a bit of planting, but basically once the AI's done ploughing, I'm going to take that over. So what I'll do is I'll set this up here. The AI worker. See, obviously I need to roll these fields, so it'll be a case of my plan is to quickly plough field 6. It's not a big field, we've got that 12 metre. Shouldn't take us long at all. Once I've done that, I hope, get rid of that, rent a good sized field. Now we've got good horsepower, so big rollers are not difficult. Quickly roll only these two fields. The other two, I'm possibly just going to stick oilseed radish on for now. One of them is definitely going to be an oat field. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the other one yet. I haven't fully decided. Obviously, if we get to the end of this episode and I've not planted it, then it can't be wheat or barley because I'll have missed the planting windows. But whichever one it turns out to be, thank you. I might as well at least keep myself fairly level and accurate. Yeah, probably this one here I'll keep for rows because nice big field. This one here, I'm tempted to grass it and have a really bumper grass harvest. Grass that, get bale storage, and then just store loads of silage bales, hay bales, straw bales. Then we can start producing TMR at a really good rate when we want it. I think a bale storage will fit nicely down probably in one of these gaps over here. It seems almost like 25 grand. I know it's not overly expensive for what it is. Obviously I don't want all the sizes. I'm going to continue. Probably once I move these 10 across, I will buy some more babies, put them in the pen the babies are currently in. And it'll be a case of moving them once they're mature enough to produce milk. And then they get fed TMR, not just silage. We go for maximum productivity, which is always good. Yeah, this field, these corners are always a little bit. Yeah, I'm literally just waiting. As soon as he's finished, I will let the AI take over. There is, he's down here somewhere. Yeah. As soon then say I'll do field 6. We'll do the deadwood contract probably last in the day. Because the deadwood isn't worth a lot of money, it's more just what it does for us in terms of giving us the wood supply. Yeah, the plan contract, I say this one is just finishing was worth like 12 grand. So that's all our rentals for the day paid for, basically. And my plan is if I can get the 3 headlands, then I can let the AI take over and just do the middle part. So that's lap 1 done. Moving into lap 2. But yeah, then obviously we need to get rolling. If I turn the... No, I've realised that's left over from the hurricane. Tornado. Rolling. Field 5, but we'd have to rip it first. And part of me's still tempted to rip 3, 4 and 5 into one big field. Like I say, it means we wouldn't have the straight track down to the greenhouse. We'd have to probably build a track off the road. Which isn't the biggest problem in the world by any stretch of the imagination. It's just... I'm gonna say if I did that and just made that one big bumper grass field, certainly even if it's just for here. I say he's finished his contract, right. If I switch this over, he still won't start where I've put him because that'd be too freaking logical. Grab you. Jump onto contracts. Completed, so collect. 17 grand, I thought it was 12. And you see that the deadwood literally is there, look, when the sawmill's there. So, like I said, I'd be daft not to take it. What I'm now going to do is fly up to field 6 and get that done quickly. Because once that's done, we can return this Lizard MT12 and I will just rent a field roller. So how do I get up there again? Here. Might be quicker actually just to follow this road right around. I know it's not the most direct route, but by the time we've missed getting across that ferry, there isn't really a direct line, so I'd have to go down here. Yeah, probably just stick to this path. That's in the sawmill going over. Wow, that's a lot further down than I thought it was. I wonder if this strikes me as kind of place it high day collectible. Really does. Collectible pile of dirt? Nope. A collectible door. This really strikes me as kind of place you would hide a collectible. Oh, maybe not. Nothing like up on the wall in here or something? I'm not sure I can get out of here. Bloody hell, I can swim like an Olympic swimmer. No, it's not collectible. I got all wet for nothing. Won't be the first time in my life. And I appear to have caused distress to the postal service. Once again, not for the first time in my life. Anyway, while me and this postman have a drag race, I'll get on with the jobs. Catch you shortly. As of there, that's that contract done, so that's between that and the other one, that's what paid us about 24k, which certainly covers the cost of renting this Ripper and the cost of any other rentals. If I just quickly go into here, I can return that, and what we need next is a field roller. That's our next job. How's the other guy getting on? He's getting there. Now luckily I've got horsepower on my side, so I should be able to get a fairly decent size roll. I mean, 285, so we'll have I've got some seeds down here. Roller, field, roller, field, roller. 12.3 meters there. 100 horsepower, 12.3. 24.3. Well, the price difference is pretty. I'm going to take this one just because it'll go faster. Wow, that's a big chunky looking thing, isn't it? I did say field roller, didn't it? Not like grass roller or something. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Wow, this is looking like quite a monstrous piece of kit. So then I want to get. I probably will. I don't know if I want to do a bit of grass roller. I might just do it just to double check first that this is going to work as I'm expecting it to. Like I said, the plan is hopefully either by the end of today or early tomorrow, in game that is. That's going to be one of them ones I think like. The second you unfold it, you should go to the ground and that's it, because I don't think it'll. So is that doing what it's supposed to do, removing the not roll state? It certainly is. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you can see the stones disappearing as well, which is the other bonus. And yeah, 12 mile an hour is not bad moving pace. I get this bit done, I get the other field done, hopefully I've done that. Yeah, I should be somewhere near having done the final field. Obviously I can't like unfold this to, other than folding it back up completely, I can't like lift it slightly like can some of the wheeled ones. Still think I might just add an edge to that, but then again I probably not going to need to, because I'll just not plant the trees too close. Yeah, it should in theory be that simple. Yeah, that's that one now. Nicely done. See, it's all about just trying to maximise the yields, because if I don't, then obviously we're going to be losing out. Well, it sounds like 5%, but especially at the situation we're in, that 5% could be a massive difference to our final situation when every penny is going to count. And this definitely feels better going on a little bit more speed. Obviously, like I say, we shouldn't get any weeds because we ripped all the fields. So we shouldn't need any herbicide. We obviously need to fertilise. I don't think there's any. Apart from obviously the bits of this field that got tornado affected are 100% fertilised. The rest of it is a 0. And the brake lights are still out on the ends, they're still flashing away. Yeah, while I do this, he cracks on with that. I think I'll be done sooner, but then I can get him to oilseed radish, probably field A. I'm just doing that because apparently it doesn't use a lot of seed, but it uses hardly any seed. But it gives, obviously, a stage of fertilisation. I do like this roller. This roller is not expensive, so the possibility of like buying one of these is probably pretty high. But I think my single player series is on Calms, and if anybody who plays it knows it's big fields. Oh. Well, it's not actually, it's actually let me. I've actually deleted Barry's field. Oops. It's actually taking the corner. It's going to miss a chunk, because of course it is. Yeah, once we have this done, that done. So I think if there's any other crops, I mean, I can always do a sorghum. Sorghum's a solid choice, just for flour again. By the way, did everybody see the piles of flour outside the flour mill as we went past? That time lapse, if you didn't, I'll go over and have a look in a bit, but it looked like there was two full, absolutely full to the ginnels piles, which is absolutely amazing already if there is, and it just makes me wonder if I'm going to need to move some stuff. Probably not, because there's not a lot of that left to go through. You're out of barley now, that's good. Nothing, so hopefully by the time he's finished that off. I can't remember, I'll have to go back and look at what we got last year. I remember, I think it was 30 something thousand. I can't remember, I'd be interested to see if we like do better this year. In theory, you'd hope we have. I certainly feel like we've done a lot more work on the fields, a lot more, put a lot more effort into it, and I'm hoping that will be rewarded in the far end with the actual quantity of the product we get. I generally press the button then to lift the roller, which of course ain't going to work because I can't lift it. No, this shouldn't take long at all. And then I might move on and do the tree planting next, actually. Do the tree planting next, because all seed radish doesn't have to be done this month. I'm just going to radish those two fields and then oats and so, or even just 2 fields of oats. Although the idea of a root crop still sort of lingers in my mind. The idea of doing a couple of root crops still makes me wonder if it would be worth it. Did he actually get all that? Did he miss some? Mr. Tyler, if I can get it on my way back up. Yeah, so as he says, pushing all the stones, just pushing them into the ground, so basically you could use this to run that cement factory, but with a small quantity you're going to get, I just don't see the point. Not when as we saw a trailer full of stones only cost me like $1,000. Once again, yep, pressed it, didn't do anything. And this is where I'll catch that little bit I missed over here, I hope. Yeah, we'll get the trees planted. I'm going to aim to plant, I think, if I remember rightly, a pallet of trees is about 20. I think I'm going to buy 5 pallets. If I get that right, that's 100 trees we'll plant. Should be a fantastic. Now let it fully grow, which take a couple of years. We should get a lot of fantastic high quality wood that we can then use. Supply the museum and hopefully get that deer finished. I mean, you saw last time, we're waiting for it to use up those roof tiles. Then to tell us what it wants next. I'm pretty confident I'm still a long, long way off finishing it. And then as I've kind of said and hinted at before, when I've done that, I don't know if I'll be done with this map yet because I would like... You got stuff like the carriage maker. I'd love to get it to build a carriage, and I think you need rope and shit, which means I'd need cotton. Which is not something I usually mess with, but obviously I'd look into if that's what it required. I'm half expecting to get a message in a second saying mate's run out of seeds because it doesn't have the biggest capacity tank in the world. It's a pretty big field. Okay, on the next one up I should be able to just nip and get that one, I think. And unfortunately there's no advantage to rolling before you plant because you'd still get the needs rolling marker. Even though it would take care of the stones. So I don't think this roller is going to be daily fee, it's going to be a lot. I'll probably keep this roller, yeah, 700. I might just keep this for a while though. Well, there's no real point in that, is there, I suppose. I'll keep holding it until all the fields are planted anyway, then at least. At least then we know we've got the ability to roll them all. Because I think even the oilseed radish does get a benefit from being rolled. I think it does, I'm probably wrong on that. Excuse me, I forgot to collect that. Yeah, the bank account. We've now pretty much got the money we needed before we started on all that project. Obviously, we took the loan out to do that, so we're not struggling. But there's still a lot we need to do, so the money is gratefully received. What is that for sale? Subsoiler, not very much use to us. That's not many big upgrades we've got. That could be interesting. Although it's lack of width. Now that could be very interesting because obviously we need to move all those parsnips. 33 grand's a lot on just something like that right now. Yes, that's that done. Obviously needs fertilising at some point, but we don't need to worry about that today. As long as it gets done twice before the field's ready to harvest, that'll be fine. There's my cows. Hopefully they're getting nice and ready because they're going to be moving before too long. I'll probably take over from him because I think I can probably do it fast and I know I'll be able to avoid this guy. You're now doing that. You. Give me the lines I need. Thank you. Right, I'm going to start off with the ones probably closest to him just to give me more chance of not getting. What I'm going to need next. I thought I might be getting low on seed. Actually, look at it, really, really isn't. You're going around the field the other way, just looks like it. The idea is I get. Hopefully we won't sort of cross each other's paths. I'm trying not to. If he chooses to start at the far end, which he should do, then it should keep us apart enough, I hope. Then once that's done, I'm going to go and vent all the tree stuff. The planting of the other fields can wait. Hopefully that's going to nip that little edge off the edge of here. Nope. Oh, that might be. There's only a little bit of tension in this because if I get it wrong, we end up tied around it and I look like a right muppet. But wish me luck. I'm hoping I'll be out of his way. If not, you'll get to see some comedy in a minute. Do enjoy. Well there folks, so unfortunately you know my plan to use the GPS hasn't worked. I'm here trying to figure out how. I'm trying to basically keep myself in line with the tyre tracks and do it that way. Unfortunately, unlike the tree planter that fits to the excavator that we had in FS22, there's no way to sort of make this one manually drop, which means it can be really irritating trying to predict where it's going to actually try and drop these trees. Because we're getting the line up pretty good now. The problem I've got is, notice he's been missing the start ones. Got one more on the end of here. Where's he going to want? Nope. He's getting the spacing about where I want it. I must admit that's not too bad, but I mean, I knew if I dropped that too early, I'd put one in the freaking gravel over there. I'm probably have to cut that one a little bit earlier. Oh well. If someone else, I'll take it over a fresh one. Wait there. I'll grab it a fresh pallet. You all saw that the rolling worker finish. He might just have might have one little corner to do. So he's going to set the timer off again properly. I hope so. Yep, pretty much. End up a little out of sync sometimes, but I'm not too worried about that. And if I start again and try and line myself up with that one, will it put one? I'm only missing one on that end over there, which is irritating me. Probably a lot more than it should. I get this as centered as I can. Actually put a second one right next to that one now, because I've done that. Yeah, you see, won't put one there. For reasons known only to it. Now the plan still stands. I mean, he's only buying 6, not 5, and I still intend to try and get all 6 pallets worth. If not, then maybe look at some space slivers of land I can put trees on. The only reasonable gap between them just to make it easier when felling them, but I don't exactly need to drive vehicles between them or anything like that, so. And if I go and attack that one with the chainsaw directly, it'll just disappear. Nope, more. Oh well. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Try and line up just with the edge of the wheels. Come on, stop. Not turn it off, have I now? Yeah, that time it even missed the friggin'. It did on that second row as well, so I don't know. If anyone knows the secret to this thing, please let me know in the comments, because it does my head in every time I use it for this. I probably should swap and use the bigger one, but obviously the rental costs on that are a lot higher. But this should be nice and quick. Like I said, the idea is that once all these are fully grown, we rent the sawmill, we take all in as many trailer loads as we need. And then we just end up with a nice supply to keep us going. I don't know, if I go back to that near the end and try and put that one in, I'm back and make it put one there. Oh, I got 2 left, it's okay. Once again, it puts one over in the window. I didn't mean to do that, I apologise. And the autosave is going to knacker us as usual. Hopefully as I take more off as well, the trailer front end will come back up out of the ground. Your bonus 42 trusty as well the one time. I'm not going to use it, I'm actually getting decent. Did you think you healed out of the ground here? As you see, he's gone slightly off track this time because I started down a little bit earlier. But I don't think it's spacing ever altered, it just depends where it starts from. If I now go back over and put it down in that gap, I'm hoping I can convince it to put one there. I'm far enough away from the last one it planted that it won't think about it. Aha, you see that works. Now if I take that logic back over here, put one here, you see that's works. So basically I need to be far enough away that it doesn't register. Another one missing over here, so I'll choose this line here. And then I just need to go back to the far end and start again. See, that's helping, that's filling me along. I'm not bothered about too many being on this grass over here. I do want the majority of them to be on the field line. Hard to see because that tree. I may have to go back and fill in any gaps like that now. This is where the GPS steering would have been so well. I probably would have, I wouldn't have done every line, I'd probably have skipped a couple. I'm not comfortable trying to do that, I'm trying to keep it. I wouldn't have, but I don't think if I go back to the far end and start from the far end every time, I should get the lineups a lot closer. Makes me need to come back at the end and fill in a few gaps at that end. But he's gonna let me start straight away every time I go into the far end. That's handy to know. I can't see this being the last time I do this between this and our Bhutan Pantai series. Planting trees is in pretty high demand. Apart from those two that I've accidentally planted over on the gravel over there, we're doing pretty well. Have another one. Back to the end. Got these big trees back here are really getting in my way now. We're going to get 2-3 more lines of it. I'm a little bit closer this time, but it's letting me do it, so I'm not going to argue with it. As you see, it can be a nice little, also it'll a bit more shade for the cows again, like I said about the ones over there. The cows somewhere that can be. I just want to get away from everything. I think we need 7 per row by the looks of that, not 6. I don't know how many I've got left, I might just have to get creative where I put them. If I can plant one round a wall. No, I shouldn't think like that. We should go and talk to him, we haven't done that. I remember for a few episodes I was having a conversation with him, but I've not done that for the last couple. Should we go and check in with him? Oh yeah, and of course we have the Deadwood contract to do to finish, don't we? I have to remember about that. All these jobs do you see, farmers' work is never done. I definitely think I can get another line's worth on the very end of there. Next line's well there. I think I'll get one more line right on the edge of here. Won't technically be on the field, but it'll be close enough for my liking. And see what we do about. So I think I can get one more line across our end. Can I even drop this last one line round the edge? Not quite, but I was kind of hoping. kind of hoping that will be there. Also, as I planted that last one a real long way back. Done. And it's all reload. The gaps in between them look massive that way. I've got 20 more, so I'm going to find room. I said I was going to try and use them all. Because I think I originally said 5, so if I do. I'm kind of worried about dropping it there in case that drops it on 2 together. Let's drop it here now. Okay, now I clearly remembered. Oh, where are you going to do it? Thank you. This is with quite a few more still to hold, but I'm sure that's the place I can think of that would like a nice tree line. See what I can do along here. Down with it more than 2 or 3 on here. I get 4. I'll go back and do that again. And just fill this little bit in here. I mean, they're going to look really weird now in place compared to where all the others are lined up, but compared to the 2 growing in the gravel, which I'll get rid of at the first available opportunity. Maybe this is how I should, maybe next time I know when I do replant this field, just do it this way. It's going to be a little bit more hassle, a little bit more work, but I'm going to be a lot better lineup from it, aren't I? I've got 24 saplings. I can keep them for a future plant. I know that's such a long time away. All you just is I go back into like the gaps in here. Right, the last part, so I think we should get them all planted. That'll be what, 120 trees we planted here. Isn't bad if we get them all in. Hopefully as well when I do this sequence then that trailer should come. Or not. You only really expect something to happen and you quite know it really doesn't. I'm just going to do the gaps in between. If I've got some left over I might go back through and do a bit more. Fill in the gaps of the gaps. Yeah, I'm thinking for next time we do this. Back up to the fence. Get a lot more in that way. I employ the same logic of just the tyres width. We'll get loads. There won't as many lines that way, but I think we'll have a lot more trees. Certainly a lot more neater trees. Yeah, folks, I hope you're enjoying this. I'm trying to give this varied stuff that you wouldn't normally see. Because it'd be very easy to do farming. I'm trying to come up with a different bits and pieces that just help to hopefully keep the intrigue. I'll ask Cap here and then there'll be 4 more left, so I'll find somewhere for them. Oh, it's left a bit more room there, so I'll put this one. And like I say, on harvest day, we just grab a big tree harvester and we just go to friggin' town. Hopefully by then as well, we're going to be able to afford like a big Arctic to carry them. A proper wood carrier with a side on, so we can just put comes 12 meters, just chuck in a trailer and send it to the sawmill. There we are, that is 120 saplings planted. still try and go in there for that. Field roller. You I need to return. Check on the field roller by the way, because did you get that? Looks like you got that other bit as well. What I'm probably going to do is moving back to the farmyard for now. I'm going to keep the roller for today because next episode we're going to be a bit of oilseed planting onto other bits and pieces, so the roller's not going to be a bad thing to have. I might actually leave the deadwood contract. I think we've got time on it yet. 48 hours, so yes, that can be done next month. It won't take any hurts, so in that case then I'm not going to try and do it in fading light. First job in the morning sort of thing. If I can pick that trailer back up. Actually come in. Oh. I realised that wasn't tied down. Hang on, if I do that then, I put this on the back, it should. Front anyway. Because I'm going to need this trailer to sort out. I'll get the deadwood with, because obviously they say the other one, since I made it an auto load now, doesn't have wraps. But there we are, so we've got our cow barn, which is amazing. We've got our trees planted. And we're starting to prepare next year's harvest. This is all fantastic movements. There's the 2 fields left, we're going to get oil seeded for now, and I made it 2 fields of oats. I made it a bigger grass field. I'm still open to decision on that one. Anyway folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch it. Please check out the rest of the channel and see what else is on here. There's a whole series, a lot of farm sim, we do a lot of F1. And if you like this kind of thing, chances are there'll be something here you're going to like. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll enjoy it. Till next time, we'll see ya. Goodbye.